Yo, what's up, you guys? This is Byron. I just wanted to talk about a story that happened maybe a couple of years ago. It was a 6 year old. She was taken to the principal, and I guess allegedly she hit the principal, and by the resource officer, she was arrested and they had to get like a stool just to take her bug shot, and she was charged with a misdemeanor battery at the age of 6 years old. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all think a 6 year old is old enough to be arrested and took into juvie? And keep in mind, Florida didn't have a minimum age where a child, a juvenile, could be, sent to, jail. And so they could pretty much arrest a 5 year old like crazy. And back in the days when we used to do stuff, we would never like get arrested or not like that. We used to get sent home, especially like little bitty stuff. So it's kind of sad. And they said right after her arrest, uh, the arrest of children doubled, around Florida. And Florida is the one of the worst states to raise a kid. Trust me. That's just sad, sad, sad. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think the school took appropriate action? Do y'all think there's something else should have been done? Let me know. This video is at a fair use. I don't own this clip. CNN owns it. This is for commentary purposes only. So let's go. And right after the video, I will be back with my commentary.
Okay, she's gonna have to come with us now.
Okay, Kai, you gotta go with them, baby girl.
Stand up.
This is the arrest of 6-year-old Kaya Rowe.
That's crazy, you guys.
Caught on body camera, Kaya was arrested and zip-tied by a school resource officer at her elementary school in Orlando, Florida.
Keep in mind, this happened in 2019. So it was technically 2 years ago, yeah.
2019.
Oh, poor child. That's the officer who arrested.
The school said Kaya had started hitting the school's assistant principal and screaming after being told that she couldn't wear her sunglasses in the classroom. Her family say that Kaya was experiencing side effects of sleep apnea, a diagnosis they'd shared with the school. But the first grader and
Well, that had happened to me whenever I was growing up. I had problems sleeping and stuff like that. And sleep acne, neck acne. I'm sorry to say it wrong, everybody. Special ed. Just joking. But anyways, yeah, when I was younger, I had problems, with sleeping and stuff like that for a long, long time. But thank God I don't have no problems right now anymore. So, yeah, that's pretty common in some kids.
up being taken to the principal's office and later charged with misdemeanor battery, a criminal offense.
Damn. 6 years old, charged. Poor child. She was like, I don't want to go to police car. Oh man, that's my daughter's age. Even though my daughter's 7, but she's close to my daughter's age. And can you imagine, your daughter getting arrested for screaming and hitting the principal? Back then, if we would have did something like that, we would have just got like a pat on the back, got sent home, got expelled or something like that. And I don't know exactly if something was going on at home or what the case might be, I don't know. But let's continue.
You don't want to?
No, please.
You have to.
No, please. Give me a second.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Please.
Give
No.
me a second.
Appreciate it.
All right.
At the time of Kaya's arrest, Florida had no minimum.
Wow. Poor girl. Poor girl. That's sad. Like, this is something that's kind of hard to watch, but it's good to do a story on. It's very important. So, yeah. Man, that is sad.
Age laws, leaving children of all ages eligible for arrest by law enforcement officers at school.
Even a child that's like 3 years old, if the child 3 years old hitting their mama or hitting somebody, that child will get arrested. Seriously, like instead of getting spanked and disciplined. Wow. They treat these kids like criminals way before they even reach a certain age. It's just crazy. But keep in mind, Florida is really strict. So, yeah, this is not Oklahoma or Texas or California or nothing like that. So, yeah, that's probably why.
Kaya, as a 6-year-old, was arrested. She was handcuffed behind her back, and the only reason that she was handcuffed with zip ties is because the officer said that he didn't have handcuffs small enough to fit her wrist. Kaya was so short.
Handcuffed with zip ties. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
He had to go and find a footstool for her to stand up on so that she would be at the appropriate height level for him to take her mugshot.
Take her mugshot, a 6-year-old? What the hell? What the hell's wrong with Florida? Whoever made that law? Oh, yeah, don't vote for. Don't vote for.
I was really scared and confused. I was like, what? Why are those police officers?
I would be scared and confused too. Just imagine either as a parent or as a child, if you was being arrested 6 years old just because you misbehaved and you was hitting on the principal and you was yelling because you wanted to wear your sunglasses. And then you get arrested, but they can't put handcuffs on you because the handcuffs can't fit your wrist. So then they have to use zip ties. And then on top of that, a lot of kids at six years old is really short. So they can't, just take their mug shot, and they have to get a stool just to take their mug shot, like a 6-year-old mug shot. Like, what the hell? This is crazy. But let's continue.
For me?
The number of reported law enforcement in Florida schools nearly doubled the year before Kaya's arrest.
Florida is the worst place to raise a kid. The worst place. If you want to raise a kid, don't raise it in Florida. Either raise it at somewhere else. Go to Delaware. Go to Texas. Go to California. Go to Oklahoma. Go to Tennessee. Go to Kentucky. But Florida, no.
Oh, now you want to touch me? I'm not going to hurt you. Don't give me a
Damn.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
They treat these kids like they're like, bro, like they're like 20-something years old. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with these officers? Like, wow. I understand if you do a crime, you know, you should do the time, but this is a child that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, treating them, you know, like they're 20-something years old or 30-something years old. That's unconstitutional, I think.
We shouldn't be putting handcuffs on 6-year-olds. There's
man.
almost no situation in which that is an appropriate response.
Experts say rising numbers of school arrests in the state can be significantly attributed to a piece of legislation passed in the wake of the Parkland school shooting, the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act.
The act actually requires that all public schools in the state, which should include both traditional and charter schools, have an armed individual on campus at all times. It could be a sworn law enforcement officer implemented as a school resource officer. It could be a private security guard who's also armed but is not a sworn law enforcement officer and doesn't have arrest powers. Or it could be implemented through what we call the Guardian program in Florida, which is arming a school staff member. And so school resource officers in some ways are part of a bigger trend towards target hardening and trying to protect schools.
Florida school arrests fell statewide during the first year of the pandemic, but now Floridians are heading back to in-person classrooms. According to the ACLU, in 2018, Florida classrooms had more police officers than nurses and more than double the number of police officers than social workers or school psychologists.
Damn, like Florida is off the chain. You know, I guess kids misbehave more there. Maybe they got more juvenile crimes there than other states. Yeah, I understand if the child was like 17 years old or 16. But a 6-year-old, I don't think it's appropriate to put handcuffs on a 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I got put handcuffs on me whenever I was like 9 or 10 years old. It was for obstruction of property, which the main corporate person, which was my cousin, told me to throw a rock at this truck, and turns out to be this truck was a undercover police officer. But however, I was not charged because I was only 9 years old, 10 years old. But the officer did explain, the arresting officer, that if I show back up and he sees me, or they report me showing up in those apartments, then I would be sent to Julie, the bird house, what they call the bird house. And I was 9 to 10 years old in handcuffs, like, oh no. So my cousins was the main corporate for that. You know, my cousin the one influenced me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would never thought of throw a big old rock at a truck. You know, like I was a little bad, but not that bad. But anyways, yeah. And then my grandpa came across the street and told the undercover cop to take the handcuffs off of me. And he said he couldn't do that until the arresting officer, get there. And then the arresting officer let me go. I go home. And then right when I got home, I got a whooping. That, back in the day, if you did something like that, if you cut out, you'd get butt whooped. you will get a whooping. But anyways, let's continue.
Kaya Roll's family want the public to understand that the trauma of arrests leave lasting mental scars on kids. Once Kaya is still living...
Yeah, because when a little kid get arrested, the effect is a little different versus a teenager get arrested or a young adult get arrested. You know what I'm saying? So it can pretty much impact a kid in a really, really horrible way. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, kids don't get arrested. You know, little kids don't get arrested just for being loud and hitting on the principal and stuff like that. No. That normally don't happen like that. No. That never happens like that in right in America. Not this America. But anyways, you guys, I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the premiere, and I will talk to y'all guys later. Have a good one. I'm not going to play this whole video. Remember, saying this is not a fair use. It's for commentary purposes only. And yeah, bye-bye, you guys.